Hi everyone, so today I have a sponsored video from Tonic Studios for their gorgeous new showcase, the beautiful Bridal Bandstand gift box die set. I did receive samples free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. So thank you for doing that if you would like. They are linked to the US and the UK. And if you are a US shopper, something sells out on the US site, you can also shop the UK site. So I'll have that there for you guys. Now, as you can see, very much a sample. I do have some amendments to this, so yours might look a little bit different, but it'll be packaged nicely. Obviously, you're going to have your carrier and your instructions and all that good stuff that normally comes with them. But I do see that some things are a little different here. So it makes a beautiful, basically a lantern. So hopefully you can kind of see that with the base pieces. And it has like a roof portion, so just like a lantern, like a hanging lantern. You don't have to use the hanger, or you can make it more bridal with this little like vignette in there. I love that they include the left and like reverse sides of them, so if you pair them together they look nice on both sides, or maybe you want them facing a different way. You have that for the gentleman and for the lady here. So once you made the lantern, you can also put a base on it that can open like a gift box, and it has a space for items, or you don't have to use that. I mean, there's just so many ways. I actually have the carrier kind of printed out here. Obviously yours will be really nice and big and color and all that, to show you a few examples. So again, you can do like a little bandstand kind of vignette in here with that portion, and then it looks more like a gazebo type thing, right, with the flowers, and you can see the people in there with the park bench, you guys, or bench. And I am going to use the bench today. I have to. Look at this. How cute is that? It's like 3D, and then the base portion of it's right here. These guys are hinges, but it can also help you hold your people up. There's different ways of using all these things. But this is the lantern itself. Again, you might want to put on base, maybe you don't. So it's just a lantern. Again, this one, all they did was run it through, however many times with the inlays. And it's very easy, very simple to put together. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do something like this, and maybe less wedding related, but like a little gift box. I don't know. Because I'm sure you will see that Tonic and the other design team will have lots of cute projects for you, and I'm sure they'll be based on that. So let's just look at this right quick. So we have all our pieces. Let me give you a measurement on the largest die, because I know that's what people are curious of if it goes through their machine. Let's say this is probably the largest one. It is almost 5 inches tip to tip in this direction, and in the other direction it is 4 1/4. And again, it should be 4 1/4 all around, so you don't even have to run it through your machine in that direction. It could be this way, right? So the thinner portion is 4 1/4, like right at the metal, and I know that's important for some people. So metal to metal, exactly 4 1/4. This one's a little bit thinner, but longer. It's usually the width that we're looking at, right? So that's the largest one. Again, the handle there if you want. All these inlays, or matte layers, or, some of them have the inlay. I will say with this one, if you want to put a lock and you want to hide it for like the little bandstand portion, that bottom part, it goes through this little piece here, like it'll squeeze through there, these guys. So either you're just going to stick it on, or you're going to want to use this because you're going to want to hide that in there. Hinge portions, portions to help you keep these guys up. So you can imagine if this is folded, you have one on one side, one on the other side, or one just on one side. The other portion is stuck to the base, okay? Your hinge, your latch, those kinds of things. Look at all these beautiful like ivies and little flowers and stems and florals. It's just really gorgeous. Again, tons of inlays, that lattice look, kind of more of a lacy look. These guys, it doesn't have to be just, bridal. It can just be this gorgeous inlay. And then this is the one you would use if you want to have it to look like a gazebo, right? So just lots of ways to use it, but we're going to get right to it. So I already pulled some papers. And this is the color I'm thinking, some colorways here. So I just have some cream heavyweight cardstock, black for like the wrought iron little bench, I think. Maybe this for the latches, this for our accents, maybe this for the top. We'll see. So this is the rose gold craft cardstock that Tonic has. It's gorgeous. I just grabbed a couple scraps because I don't think I need all that much. So if we're just kind of looking at the instruction looks something like this too. And so it's your basic instruction. Of course, you're going to get lots of ideas, again, like I said, from the design team and things. So it does say that the base floor, so basically what I'm doing right now is going to make its own little like cute treat box or like little trinket box, but it can also be the base portion of the lantern if that's what you want. But again, the lantern's super simple. You're just cutting out the sides just like anything else that we do. So, you know, the 6 of them, you're going to pair it up for the roof portion. Again, just in a frame, you're going to add that top part and then the very top part. We've done things like this very many times in the past. And then the sides are just going to be attached to that inner hexagon, and you attach them together and then you glue them together. So it's very simple construction, guys. Just as much decoration or inlays that you want. Of course, that makes the difference there. So for this guy, we're going to take the larger hexagon, and you're going to want 4 of them, it says, because a couple of them we're going to do some special things with. I will say this one, they doubled it up. This one, and actually I think that's the inside one, the smaller, this guy. If you see this inner one, that's what it looks like. Maybe it's just smaller, the way they placed it there, I don't know. But we're using the big guy, okay? So we're going to do that, and we are going to need 4 of them. I'll talk a little bit about this other one because on 2 of them, I believe, we're going to want to remove that very middle part of it so that it is open, right? So we can put some cute things in there. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But generically, we need 4 of this. We need the base wall, which is the bigger one. You see this little guy? It's this one. Okay, so we need 6 of that because we have a hexagon. So we need 6 of those. Oh, we do need a lid stop, and we need 5 of those and a hinge. So again, I had mentioned that these are like hinges, or like it'll help you hold your people up, you know, you sandwich them on there. But we do need both of these types of things for this project. We need the hinge is this one, not the one that's divoted, it's this one. We just need 1 of that one. And this one we need 5 of, okay? So from your base colors, if that's what you're doing. And then we need the latch and the loop, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. But for right now, these are all the portions that we need. Okay, and like I said, we do need 4 of these. We need 2 full ones like this, and then we need 2 that would have this inside of it, just like that. And then, of course, we would tape that. So I'm just going to grab some tape to show you. You don't want to put that through your machine willy-nilly because you don't want these guys moving or one shifting under the other because that would be bad. So let's just put them like there. And I'm just looking at them so they're nicely centered. Okay. And you need 2 like this. So that's going to cut away that very center of the hexagon. Okay. So 2 with this, 2 without that inner frame. And I'll be right back. Oh, I will say, as you're cutting this, if you're not going to use the piece that falls out of here, you can definitely just like have placed one of these guys in here and gotten some of the die cuts from in there if you're not going to use that fallout piece. I think I'm going to use the fallout for at least one of my cuts, so that's good. But, oh, another thing is I usually leave these taped together so that they're exactly the same, so that tape is there. Put that back there. And run it through again. But again, like I said, if you want, you can cut into this too, and you can use that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I have my 1 hinge piece, right? The 5 stoppers. There's one more over here somewhere. There it is. We have our 6, side pieces here. The 2 large hexagon with the inner hexagon cut, and then 2 just large hexagons, right? So those are our base pieces for right now. What I'm going to do is go ahead and get these scored. So you can imagine one's going to go to the other one. I like to score things ahead of time, and then these go in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all 6 of these because they're pretty much the only thing that needs to be hinged. I think these just sit there, and then obviously the hinge has to move a little bit. But let me see. Central score line should line with the inner aperture here, second aperture base floor die cut over. Yeah, so that's just there. And then these 2 that fell out, if you want the same base color to be here for the flap, then you can just definitely use the ones that fell out, or you're going to cut a new one. I think I'm going to cut one of the cream ones, or keep one of the cream ones, right, that hinges. You're going to need 2, so it looks nice. So the second one I'm going to cut from that beautiful craft card. So I'm going to run it through right there. Look, that's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to have 1 of these, but you will need 2 of them. But again, I'm keeping 1 from before. So let me finish this and I will be right back. Okay, so I have those scored. And again, we want that inner one just from that guy. And I'll go ahead and score my hinge also. Front, and backwards just in case. Okay, so with these guys, all we're going to do is take one of our base pieces. I'm going to turn it so that the rough cut side is facing up, because after we do that, we're going to pop one of these guys inside. Okay, so we're just going to glue those on. Well, you can put the glue on the actual little glue tab here. Okay, really right onto the very edge. Put that right on the edge there. And I kind of hold it for a second, and then I pay attention to make sure that I have it lined up really nicely, and that's actually pretty perfect there. Just making sure when it's scored or when it's folded that it looks nice. Okay. And I'll go around doing that. And that's how they recommend it. Of course, a glue tab facing the one that doesn't have the glue tab. And again, I'll pop that on there. And then pick it up and take a good look. That one's a little bit far in, so I'm going to push it back out this way. Okay, perfect. Okay. And I'm just going to go around gluing them all on. Okay, so it looks something like this, especially because I already scored everything, and now we're just going to glue these guys. And if you like decorating before you put things together, then you could have already put in your, you know, inlays or your matte layers, whatever it is that you want to do for that. But anyway, I'm just going to go around and glue these guys. All right, I usually do a couple at a time if I can hold them. That is what I do. So nice and straight up and down. And I'm going to glue all of them, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm coming around to the very last one. Super easy, nice big project, so it's easy to just get your hands in there and put this together. And then we're going to top it off with one of the other ones. This is the nice cut side, this is the rough cut side. So I'm just going to put some glue here, and that's going to make a super sturdy base. And it also hides these other tabs. I will open this up because I hadn't pushed in from before. I'm scoring them. Just pop this guy in here down to the base, and it just really finishes that up really nicely. Let me look at that. Gorgeous, and it's super stable. I mean, that's why I love Tonic's projects and die sets. I mean, they just make it so it makes such a nice sturdy item. Okay, so with this one, at the very top here, what you're going to do is go ahead and, oh, I just was holding that one, wasn't I? Let's do it again. Put a little more glue. That was my last guy, and it wasn't quite ready. Okay. You're going to embed these, but after you do one of the rings and then another ring. So this one, you're going to cover it up anyway. So if you want this nice side facing up or the rough side, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to pop that down again. And I'm going to put glue on the glue tabs. And then between those two layers, we're going to add a few different things. So let me just get in here to the very edge. I like the very edge that's on the outside to have plenty of glue so it looks nice. And we're just going to pop one of these guys on. Okay, and then in between these two layers, we're going to add in the stoppers and the hinges, because you can imagine this fell out of this, right? If you didn't have a stopper there, it might just fall back in. So we need something to help us with that. But I'm just going to hold this here until it looks really nice and solid. You can run your fingers on them underneath. Make sure everything's grabbing, and I'll be right back. Guys, just gorgeous. Okay, so, you know, I always kind of look at it and which one looks like more perfect, and that's the one that's going to be facing the front, you know. So again, I'm kind of holding that down. That all looks really good. Let's say this is going to be the front. So if I want this to be the front where the latch is, then this is going to be where my hinge is. So you're just going to take the hinge and, for right now, glue it down. And again, I re-scored it. You don't have to score the other pieces because they're not meant to be scored. But we're just going to add that there. And it should just run along the very edge. Right? Like if you look underneath here, it's around the edge. And then these guys, you're just going to glue one side. Now this is a rough cut side facing down because I want that to face down, because that way it looks nice and rounded over here. So again, it runs along the edge, right? And then another one. Just on that score line, place it around the edge. And since I already have one down, I can kind of see where the other one might want to be. you're going to trap these anyway with this. So just, you know, do your best there. Okay, that looks good. All right, so I'm just going to go around putting glue on one half, right, opposite the score line. And like I said, we don't score these because we need them for other purposes. Okay, I'm going to go around and do that. And when I come back, I'm going to have die cut a couple things we'll need next. Our little latches, and I showed you I was going to use that brown paper. So I'm going to have this ready to go. Also this guy. Okay, that's for our latches. And then for my sides, where we're going to bury one of these guys in, I'm just going to take this piece and do an inlay. So I'm going to run it through 6 times because we'll need 6 of them. Maybe you want some matte layered, maybe you want a matte layer and you want an inlay over the top, however you want to do this, but I'm just going to do inlay. So again, apply a good amount of tape so that every time I cut it, it's just basically the same. But anyway, like that and like that. And I'm going to cut 6 of them out. So when I come back, I'll have these laid. I'll have 6 of these and our latches. Okay, guys, so we have these pieces here. And what we're going to do is go ahead and pop this on over the top. And we have our hinge there, right? So just taking this, and I'm going to make sure that we have glue right to the very edges all around. Again, I like that to look really nice all in here. So let's just really get some glue on there. And we're just going to cover that up, and I'm just going to hold that down, making this box super, super sturdy. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so again, with the little latch, we just run it through one time, and it makes both sides for us. And we're basically going to glue these together here, right in the little rounded side with the little hole. Trying to lose my lid there. Just there, because the 2 flaps that it's creating are going to be glued down. And so here we're just going to take our, decorative pieces here and glue them to the side. Again, you could have already done this if you like to glue things when they're still flat. And the latch is going to go obviously on the other side of the hinge, but for right now I'm just going to pop these on. So I'm going to put these on, and then I'm going to show you what we need to do for the one opposite the hinge. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry I applied all the other ones, but this one here, basically this is going to go inside of this, so hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. Now you can either apply that first and then pop this on, but I feel like it's better to do it all at once. So if you can see, I just put it right down in the center there. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some good amount of glue. I'm going to put a little bit underneath the glue tab, but also here. Okay, and then you're just going to take that and put it across the hinge one, right? So that's why I left this one for last. A little more over this way, not too much over that way. Let's go back this way a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to hold that down, and look how cute they made it so it just really just hides in there. Gorgeous. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have that portion, and then again, it's across the hinge, right? So now I am going to use one of these guys that was the dropout or fallout, whatever you want to call it there. And I'm just going to stick it to the hinge. And try to line it up so it looks nice and centered inside that space, right? So if that's what that looks like right there, that's what I'm going to do right there. And while I'm doing that, well, I'm going to hold it down just a moment. We have this guy. And what you can do with this guy is make sure it's going to latch there. You have a little bit of give, right? Hold on. Wherever it is that you want it to be there. As far as how loose or how tight you want that. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And then we're going to glue this whole thing. And I'm putting the glue here just so I don't release it. But you could put the glue obviously on the lid portion. We want lots of glue holding this guy together, more glue down there. And then bring over the portion that you do want to be the top part of this. And there we go. Looks really pretty. So I'm going to hold this down. I am pushing a little bit of pressure against those tabs that are underneath, but you know, you don't want to put too much pressure. And what I can do is try and lift this up. And you can just make sure that you're really squeezing that together, especially this back area. Okay, so I'm going to hold this, and that is it, guys. Then you can decorate however you like. Okay, this is fresh glue. I'm not going to mess with it too much. Look at that. A nice size. Let me show you. I think it's probably, I was going to say about 1 inch deep, so it's a little over 1 inch deep. You know, 4 1/8. 4 3/4 at the diagonal of it, and then you can decorate the top again with your couple, with whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the little chair. I have to, so it's that piece and it's this piece. I mean, you can even put a gal on there, maybe standing behind the bench. That'd be really cute, or however, or the whole couple, whatever you want to do. Some flowers, and I want some greenery. I'm not sure what I want to do for the greenery. If I want this little one, probably this smaller vining one. So I'll run that through a couple times, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. Look how pretty this ivy is. I do need to clean it out a little bit. But look at the little chair. So cute. So again, you have a rough cut side, you have a nice cut side. Which way do you want it to face? I think since this is the front, I'm going to do nice side facing this way. And I'm just going to put glue at the base of these guys, because I don't know if there's a different way we're supposed to attach this, but you see how it has its little foot, you know, and it's just there. I think I'm just going to put a good amount of glue that's going to hold that, okay? And then you have the little bench portion, so I'm going to fold this down here because I don't want to score it in the wrong spot. It is kind of a delicate piece because of all the little grates that it has in it. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're going to glue that to this portion here. So if you want to do it one piece, one side at a time, or you know what, let's do the back portion first, and then I'll come up and do the other portions. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? So I am running it kind of along the bottom edge here. Oh, and there's that. So like I said, I'm running it along the bottom edge. I'm gonna let that set just a little bit longer before we move on to the sides. How cute is that? Look at the little heart, and even the little embossing within the heart. This is the cutest die. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's open that up. Put a little glue here. Bring that side over. Again, just holding it on the side, and then I'll do the same thing on the side, put a little glue and hold it. You guys, I can't even. How adorable is this? Oh my gosh. Let me get a little closer. They just knocked it out of the park with this particular die. That is so cute. It's 2 inches wide and about 1.5 inches deep, I would say. So I was thinking about doing something like that. I was going to put some of this greenery. This was the very end of a piece of paper, so it didn't quite finish off there. So why not? Let's put a little greenery down. I want it to be a little bit like in there. Sure. Okay, so let me hold that down. And like I said with this guy, I mean, hot glue, I'm just going to put a good amount of glue and let that be like what holds this. But of course, whatever it is that you want to do, I'm thinking hot glue is probably really good. And I have it kind of catty corner, like not catty corner, but just at a jaunty angle, right? Whatever it is you want. I have a ton of little flowers that I cut out that I thought I would just pop onto the little bench itself. I don't know if I want some of this. Maybe I do want some of this on the bench. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I'm just kind of bending it. Again, this probably all should be hot glue, but just in a way that holds on. Oh, that is so cute. Okay. Then have a ton of little flowers. And I'm just going to kind of push them down like that just to give them a little movement. They have their own little center that's like embossed, but whatever it is that you want to do with that. So I'm just going to pop a bunch of flowers here and there. Obviously they're not growing on the ivy, but it's just fun. A little something here and there. Oh my goodness, this is adorable. Okay, so I'm going to finish off doing that and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I still have a few little flowers left, but I mean, how cute is that? I love the little ivy. I just added a little more there. And then you have your little front here with the closure, and you can add a little ribbon if you'd like, obviously to close it up. Maybe have a sentiment on here. I just made it more springy than bridal than really anything else there. So really fun. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, you guys. This is adorable. I'll add a little lace or a little ribbon in there, excuse me, to tie that up. And that is that, guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks so much, Tonic Studios, for sponsoring this video. I will have images coming up, guys. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.